Hello friends, welcome back. Today in this video for the subject automobile engineering, unit 6 electric and hybrid electric vehicles, we are going to discuss the degree of hybridization, different types of vehicles, that is micro, mild and full hybrid electric vehicles, and even the plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. So here it is shown in this diagram. You can see a full, or you can see the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So plug-in hybrid actually has a flexibility in sense of using a IC engine to propel, and if the batteries are charged properly with the external source. So you can see the battery can be charged by a AC supply, and it can work on a battery also. So there is a flexibility of electric drive as well as a conventional IC engine drive. So basically the engine which is been fitted to such cars is a downsized small capacity engine, which in turns drives the electric generator to produce electricity and then drives the power train. So a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle is a hybrid electric vehicle whose battery can be charged by plugging it into an external source of electric power as well as onboard engine and a generator. So both the facilities are available, and that is the reason why we get a flexibility. So fuel efficiency analysis. So there is a broad spectrum of hybrid electric vehicles and plug-in hybrid electric vehicle designs. So in the coming slides we are going to discuss the same micro, mild and full hybrid electric vehicles. So reduction in per vehicle fuel consumptions is achieved in such cases. Plug-in hybrid electric vehicles have higher power train cost than hybrid electric vehicles, but have lower fuel cost than hybrid electric vehicles. So plug-in hybrid and hybrid electric vehicles both are different, because plug-in hybrid can also be used as a electric vehicle without using a engine, and as and when required, again the engine can be started and it can be used. So plug-in hybrid electric vehicles are the most cost effective choice in a scenario of projected low battery cost and high fuel cost. So if the cost of the battery reduces, because in an electric vehicle the major cost is associated with the battery. So in such cases plug-in hybrid electric vehicles are the most beneficial products. So here you can see in this diagram the hybridization factor. So hybridization factor means what? It is defined as the ratio between the power of an installed electric motor and the total amount of power delivered by the conventional engine, that is IC engine, and electric motor to the vehicle. It is simply a ratio. So which ratio? Power installed of a electric motor. So what is the power of the motor at the numerator, and at the denominator you have the power of the combined engine and the electric motor. So the addition at the denominator. So that will define the hybridization factor. So in this diagram it is clearly shown. You can see M is for motor, electric motor drive, and C is for conventional or combustion engine drive. So in this case you can see the first case. So this is a engine driven, fully engine driven car. The second case, you can see the second case is 25% of the power can be extracted from the electric motor and 75% from the IC engine. Again you have 50%, that is in this case 50% of the power comes from the electric motor, 50% comes from the IC engine. Next case is your 75% from the motor, that is electric motor, and 25% from the IC engine. So this clearly decides the degree of hybridization. So you can call this as a full hybrid. This is mild hybrid and this is micro hybrid criteria. So the same thing is shown here. So you can see in the micro hybrid. So in micro hybrid, what happens here? You can see the conventional engine is present in both the cases. You have a motor also and a start and stop. So here the role of motor is quite less. So it is just assisting the IC engine. So if you have a regenerative braking attached to the motor, now here the capacity of engine is reduced because that additional power we get from the regenerative braking. Now in mild hybrids, what is done? The conventional engine is downsized. Downsized means the capacity of engine is reduced. For example, if it is a 4-cylinder engine, it is converted into a 3-cylinder engine because the reason is the power of motor is increased here. And two more things are added, that is the regenerative braking and power assist. So this comes under the criteria of mild hybrid criteria category. Then you can see this category, you have the electric drive capability, means it is not just assisting the IC engine, but it is actually driving the vehicle. So major role is done by the battery, the motor. So here in full hybrid, you can see in full hybrid what happens? You have a downsized engine, a powerful motor is there, a powerful motor. With the help of that, you have all these other facilities, means the regenerative braking wherein you can extract power, power assist and short electric drive, means the vehicle can run for 4 to 5 kilometers initially with the help of battery, and then it can use this engine. So in this case, it is having a powerful motor. Now the next category comes is the PHEV, that is the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So plug-in is what? The battery is charged by the external power source, extended electric drive. So plug-in capable. So these two things are added. Plug-in capable means it can work as an electric vehicle by charging the battery by the external source. It also has a regenerative braking, a motor is there, a powerful motor is there, and a downsized engine, but here the capacity of engine is quite low. So if when needed, the engine can start and it can produce power and drive the motors. So this comes under the category of plug-in hybrids. And the last category is the full electric plug-in. So this is a pure electric vehicle. This is not a hybrid vehicle wherein you don't have the IC engine. IC engine is completely removed. You have a very powerful motor which is capable of driving the vehicle with all the facilities, that is the battery, the charging and converters and the inverters, the power capacitors. So this is how you can clearly classify all the cars. So micro hybrids, mild hybrids, full hybrids, plug-in hybrids and BEVs. This is called as BEV, that is battery electric vehicle. So here are some examples shown which are the cars. So micro, you have the BMW 1ER series. Medium or mild hybrid electric vehicles, you have Citroen C4. Then full hybrid electric vehicle, you have the Toyota Prius, Auris, and the PEG, that is the plug-in electric hybrids. You have the Volvo C30 concept car. And the next category comes here is the full electric vehicle. Now here very important parameter is you can see the efficiency is more than 50%, whereas in IC engines it is very difficult to get 30-35% efficiency. And you can see the contribution of IC engine is drastically reduced as you go for full hybrids, plug-in hybrids. Again, here you can clearly see the same things are shown, the three diagrams, like hybrid electric vehicles, in IC engine, regenerative braking, electric motor, batteries and engine, that is the conventional engine. You have the PHEV, that is the plug-in hybrids. So in plug-in hybrid also you have an external charging source to the batteries, which can drive the motor and it can run the transmission. It also has a regenerative braking system, a small IC engine and the gasoline tank or a diesel tank. And the last we have discussed is the BEV, that is the battery electric vehicle, where you have the battery, electric motor and regenerative braking technology. So the same things are shown in this slide, micro, mild and full hybrids. The capacities are 2.5 kilowatts, you have 12 volts battery, that is micro. Mild hybrids 10 to 20 kilowatts, and full hybrid you have 50 kilowatts and above, which you have 200 to 300 volt batteries. So C3 Citroen, Honda Civic and Toyota Prius, these are the examples of all these cars. So again, talking about the advantages and disadvantages of HEVs. So they have an advantage, they have the flexibility to use electric as well as the conventional drive. It is capable of nearly twice efficient. So efficiency is twice as compared to that of the IC engines. It gives efficient power, equivalent power, range, cost, but here cost is a problem, cost is huge, and reduced emissions, that is reduced fuel cost and harmful emissions are the advantages. The disadvantages are very high initial cost, more maintenance and servicing required because it is having many systems, batteries, inverters, generators, transmission, engine, it is quite complex. Less mileage per charge of the battery, will not last long and too costly to replace. So it is also having that problem of battery replacement. So that is an additional cost. So these are the we will discuss. So the future is on BEVs and hybrid electric vehicles. Definitely when the cost of these vehicles will be subsidized or reduced with new technologies emerging, these are the cars of future. So hybridization factor, we have already discussed what is hybridization factor. So hybridization factor is a ratio where you get power P by the electric motor to the power of electric motor plus the power of IC engine. So is the addition at the denominator. Okay, and that decides the hybridization factor. So at numerator is the power by electric motor, at the denominator you have the power of electric motor plus the IC engine. And for conventional vehicle you have hybridization factor as 0, and for electric vehicles you have it as 1. So with detailed diagrams we have seen what is full hybrid, what is mild hybrid and what is minimum hybrid. These three things we have already seen with that diagram, previous slides, you can refer. So mild, or that is full hybrid. Full hybrid is a vehicle where you have the hybridization factor 0.5 to 0.7. Hybridization factor will be 0.5 to 0.7. And the voltage capacity, that the batteries are 2 to 300 volts, powerful batteries are there. It is having electric motor assist with an IC engine, and all these facilities, that is electric motor with regenerative braking system. minimum or minimal hybrid, you can see in minimal hybrid 0.25 to 5% hybridization factor. The battery are slightly weaker, 144 to 158 volts batteries with electric motor assist and IC engine with regenerative braking is also available. Again, mild hybrid is 0 to 0.1. So, it is just what we call it as the regenerative braking is present, not capable of electric motor for propulsion. So, the motor is not that powerful to drive the vehicle, and the battery capacities are also 42 volts and less. Again, the last point we will discuss is the PHEV, that is the plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. So, these are the cars of future. These have rechargeable batteries. They can work as an electric car without starting the engine. They have a very powerful battery. They also have a IC engine, small IC engine, which can produce power and drive the car. And they also have a regenerative braking. So, you can see the architecture of plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So, a IC engine is present here, power controllers and DC converters, thermic, that is the radiators for cooling the batteries and other systems. Here is the battery pack, this is the fuel tank. You can fill the gasoline or diesel. You have the battery auxiliary, transmission, electric generator. Here you can see the generator is there. The most important is the traction motor. So, generator and traction motors are placed here. The engine is also placed here. The battery pack, the gasoline tank. So, overall this is a very complicated system. All systems are integrated, batteries, inverters, motors, engine and gasoline tank. So, it is quite, but it is highly efficient, and these are the cars of future, but at present these are very costly because of the complicated systems and the battery pack involved. These are the references. Thank you friends, thank you very much.